new patient bring to their first visit to the vet?
Probably the most important things to bring the first time is any medical records that you have or adoption papers that you have. That really helps us to know what vaccines have already been given, when any more might be due, and what else might need to be done on the medical side. Other really important things, not necessarily to bring in, but just to know, maybe write down, is what brand and type of food you're feeding, and any type of flea medication that's been given at home, because a lot of those are over the counter. But the name of those really helps us to know and make sure that the pet's being protected properly from all the little bugs out there. Other than that, mostly you just need to bring yourself and your new friend. Most exams basically go along the lines of we ask questions to find out how much you know about your pet, if there's any problems that are going on right now, or if you have any particular concerns. And then we'll do a physical exam, and that ranges everything from looking inside the pet's mouth, feeling its lymph nodes, looking in its ears, listening to its heart, feeling its belly, and looking at its skin to see if there's anything amiss at all. Often on first visits, I try to find out if the person has had pets before, or if they have a puppy or a kitten, if they've had young pets before, because those can be a different kind of challenge as far as training. And then most first visits will end up needing to do some vaccines. Most vaccines are just an injection that's given under the skin. Dogs and cats have loose skin, so unlike when you go to the doctor and you get a shot and the needle goes straight in because they're trying to go in the muscle, in dogs and cats we pull up the skin and go under the skin, so it doesn't hurt quite as much, and plus they tend to be a little bit braver than we are. That's usually most of it for the first time around. Sometimes in kittens, if they haven't been tested yet, we'll do a leukemia and FIV test. Those are big, important viruses to know about. If your cat has them, then they matter as far as long-term health. For cats, cats are always a little bit more difficult because it's hard to convince them of things. There is a great product out there called Feel Away that comes in a spray. You can spray into their cat carrier. It's really important in cats to have a cat carrier rather than having them loose in the car, because if they're loose in the car, sometimes they'll do things like go under the pedals, and we don't want them loose in between the car and the front doors, because we don't want them to run off in a neighborhood especially where they don't know where they are. So a carrier is really important. Feel Away it's a pheromone, so it's a natural hormone that helps them feel calm, and that can help a lot. Again, kitties can be really difficult because some will always be upset when they come here and some will always be happy, and we just don't have as much control over how they feel. With dogs, like I mentioned before, if it's a young, really energetic dog, if you take him for a nice long walk and get him calmed down, sometimes that will help a lot. A lot of times with dogs, what they need to feel calm and secure is that they have a strong leader. So that's where your own calmness and security helps. So when you come to the vet, you can just tell your dog, it's okay, we're fine. And as long as you're calm, that will help them to be calm. They really read in a lot to our emotions. When we're nervous or scared, they tend to get nervous and scared.
Now that you have found and adopted your dream pet, it's time to head to the vet. This step is crucial to inviting a new family member into your home. Hopefully, you have already found a reputable vet beforehand. If not, check out our Finding a Vet video, which will be linked in the description box below. Call your vet and ask what the quietest time of day is, and try to schedule an appointment around that time with the vet you previously met with. You want to introduce your new pet to the environment of the vet office as calmly as possible, in order for them to have the most pleasant experience they can, which will help with future visits. Once you have an appointment, it's time to start gathering the materials you will need. The first thing you will need to bring with you to the vet's office is the pet's health records, which you should have gotten from the adoption agency as a physical copy or electronically by having them transferred to your vet office. Ask the receptionist if you should bring in a stool sample. If so, try to collect a fresh stool from your pet on the day of the appointment and bring it into the office. Finally, if you have any questions for the vet, write them down and bring the list with you. When it comes time to head to the vet, make sure you have ample time. This will allow for a much calmer and easier experience for both of you. Always speak in a calm and encouraging manner when directing your pet in and out of the car. Also allow time for your pet to explore the waiting room and the exam room. If your pet is a puppy or kitten, make sure to carry them while in the waiting area to prevent them from contracting anything they have not yet been vaccinated for. While the vet examines your pet, remember to give him or her the stool sample you brought and ask the questions you wrote down beforehand. Some of these questions should include suggested diet for your pet, along with telling the vet what you are already feeding your pet. Specify the brand, type, how much you are feeding, and how many times per day. Suggested exercise for your pet. Ask if they offer any puppy or kitten packages if this applies to you, as these can help with cost. Ask about microchipping, or ask if there is already one inside of your pet if you have adopted. And ask any other questions you might have. Never be afraid to ask a silly question. Your vet will be happy to answer. Check the description box below this video for some helpful links on your first vet visit. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and leave feedback in the comments below. Also, please subscribe to see more helpful adoption videos.